and welcome back to 7East. I'm Aftan Ci,
AmberCherish,
and JoShayla.
and we have a very special guest with us today.
Oh, okay, y'all.
Her name is LaTavia Reddick, and she is a stand-up comic. And so I'm excited about this conversation that we're gonna have because low-key, like before we started recording, we were being really silly and it was really funny. But like it's Sunday, so
I didn't push record.
she got it slow. Slow Sunday.
It was totally me, Bobby.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about you.
Well, I'm LaTavia. I'm from Charlotte.
Okay.
Born and raised, never left. That sucks.
So like you're one of the Charlotte natives because there's a whole thing like you're not from here, boo. You just got here. Like they really do that.
And no shade, but if you were from Gastonia, you don't count.
I mean, it's
I'm sorry, I'm from
city.
Shelby, and I tell people they be like, "Where you from, Charlotte?"
They call it Charlotte's backyard.
It's tough.
I know.
But yeah,
But you literally have signs that say Charlotte's back.
Oh, the government paid for that?
Yes.
They did, y'all.
Yeah, they did.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. I'm not from here.
I'll let you guys in. I'll give you fans. But I don't speak for the whole city of Charlotte anyway. Nobody even really knows me, so it's fine. But yeah, that's it. Born and raised in Charlotte.
Glasses are cool, by the
I'm
way.
the most known unknown person.
Yeah.
You be that way?
I get that. A lot of people know her.
I really don't know. Yeah. The most known unknown.
You right.
I get that. I have a familiar face.
You should totally hashtag that and put that on all of your
The
posts.
no,
Please,
that
and all the no, and let that
I
be
will do
your-
that. I will
You
do
should
that.
totally do that.
I should. I'm for it.
So I'm gonna start this thing off. How long you been doing stand-up?
Ooh, you want the truth?
Yeah.
Or you want reality?
All of it.
Oh, truth and reality, same thing. Huh?
Yeah.
The truth, not very long. I've had like 3 shows.
Okay.
But as far as being funny, apparently my whole life.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I didn't know. Because I thought I was just being honest.
All right.
But people laugh, so okay, whatever.
But it's one of those laughs that is like, y'all laughing, but ain't nothing funny.
It's not
Right.
Like,
Why are you laughing at my truth?
yeah, the fact that, a horse was running at me in a car.
Like,
Oh, God.
See, that's
Wait a minute, is this true?
Yes.
Oh, God.
A horse was charging at me full speed in some little back town in North Carolina. That wasn't funny, but when I told the story, like,
Everybody laughed.
yes, I'm like, all right, what else?
we apologize, knowing that this is the time that we're waking up out of bed. Praise His day.
They made
Bless
exceptions. It's
it.
really
Yay.
great.
We got a full day ahead. It's gonna be wonderful.
So, Tay, because I know you prefer to be called Tay, you guys.
Yes, I do.
Not LaTavia.
I do not, but
What inspired you to become a comedian?
Really good question. Honestly, I was dibbling and dabbling with the idea with some friends of mine.
Mm-hmm.
And we were like, oh, we're gonna go check out an open mic and see what it's like. And I was like, okay, well, what if we actually did it? And I just decided to go one day.
Awesome.
I needed an outlet because I was a little frustrated with life. And I decided to go dive head first.
That's the only way to do
And you're
it.
doing great.
Don't be dipping your toe in. No, just go on and jump in.
Right.
Swim. The water's fine.
Yeah, I took that leap of faith, and so far, it's been a pretty fun ride.
Awesome.
Yeah.
How's this up?
All right, so my question is, do you ever create hidden meanings in your skits? Like, do you have underlining things that no one really gets?
I do. I was just talking to you guys about one of them,
Yeah.
which I will not repeat again.
No, please, we don't need mom talking to us.
But if you know me personally, then you know what some of this stuff is.
Okay.
If you don't know, then you take it for face value. But yes,
Gotcha.
definitely.
I just want to go on record and say, if I ever attend a show or watch a video where the set is about me, we will have a problem. Tavia and I are going to have a big,
Whoa, she's
government
a long
man.
day.
we're going to have a big problem. I just want to go on record and say that right now.
But you can't take it personal.
Oh yes, I
It's
can.
just jokes.
It's just jokes.
This reminds me of that Living Single episode.
Yes.
Well, Reggie was running her mouth to her boyfriend who was a
It's
step
a canary yellow.
And then, you know what I'm saying?
But in trying to come up with things that are funny, you do find yourself in a tough position sometimes where you think of things that people have told you that are hilarious, but you're like, wait, That's somebody else's personal business.
Right.
That's their personal story. It may be the funniest thing on the planet, but you have to really kind of tailor it and make sure that you're not exposing people, especially if it's people you care about. You don't want to hurt people's feelings too much. Or at least I don't.
If it's an ex and you don't care nothing about them, pick on their whole life. I'm just telling you right now. I'm telling all the business. I'm telling it all.
Everything. I'm putting it all at it because I don't even like you.
Y'all so rude.
I don't even like you no more. I
Blast.
ain't even like you before.
Blast. I ain't like you when I was with you.
Blast.
None of y'all. So don't nobody feel left out. I ain't like none of y'all.
None of y'all. Blast.
So try to figure out who I'm talking about now.
I can think of about 5.
All right, let's go to the next question. We are not gonna do this to Tay Tay.
So what's involved with like getting stage time? Because I know like for vocal, well, not really vocal, but like evening muse in Charlotte, you go and you pull a popsicle stick and whatever number you got, that's the order that you go in. So like we went, but it wasn't my turn to go on stage until like the end, and there was like nobody there.
Oh man.
So what's the process like? How do you ensure that you get stage time?
For the Comedy Zone specifically, that's the only place where I've had time. But you send an email, they tell you, you know, how many minutes you get. You either get a 3-minute or a 5-minute set. You show up, there's a board, you write your name on the board. Excuse me. And you get to choose what order you go in.
Okay.
The earlier you show up, the better your chances are of being at the top. I personally like to wait until I'm kind of like midway through or towards the end, because by that time I've seen how other people have interacted with the crowd, so I have an idea of what kind of crowd I'm working with.
Gotcha.
So I can better set myself up for what I want to do.
I want to go on stage first because I'm gonna set it up for everybody else,
Grand.
and I don't have to come behind nobody that was amazing.
That's so your personality.
Yeah, it's very much so.
Me too.
Time
I
out.
become very
Dude, y'all would not come for me on this video.
You been coming for the whole time.
Y'all would not come for me on today, okay?
Okay, well, we'll ask a different question to change the subject. Just
Okay, let's get this together. Thank you so
The
much.
Smith children have touched and agreed.
Let me go first.
Let's go first. Let me get on out the way.
That's fine.
So, Tay, do you think of this as a hobby or something you see a future working in? Do you have big plans, or is it just like, we'll just wing it and see how it goes?
Truth is, I'm winging everything right now.
Okay, cool. Such is life.
Such is life, man.
But it's taking me in a direction that I didn't necessarily anticipate.
Okay.
So I do want to ride this out a little while longer and see where it goes. I'm in the process of working on some other things. I don't want to speak too soon.
Gotcha.
But so far, it's taking me on a ride that I enjoy, so I do want to see where it goes.
Awesome.
Even though I'm winging it at the same time, because I have no clue what I'm doing.
That's what a lot of things are in life.
Take your chances.
Yeah, so it's been a gamble, but I'm just riding.
Yeah, come on, Jasmine.
I know that.
Jasmine, yes,
It
yes.
is Jazz.
That's beautiful.
So, what do you do to keep yourself motivated and interested in your work?
That is a really good question. Because and I don't know if you guys can relate, but when you have a creative mind, you can lose interest in things very, very quickly.
Mhm.
So even if it's something you may be good at, you'll just be like, you know what, I think today I want to try riding motorcycles. So to keep myself motivated, I just remember what it is that my end goal is. And my end goal is to be a millionaire. I don't know how I'm going to get there. Don't know what it's going to take, but this is just one of the avenues I'm exploring. So that's my motivation. In the past, I've kind of let things kind of take me off track, but this time I'm really, really committed. Girl, you fat.
This girl is hungry. I hope y'all can shit.
But I'm not. I'm actually not. It's crazy.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you. Cause our daddy low-key talks about me. Cause he'd be like, I thought she was gonna play the keyboard, and here we go.
Yeah.
She picked up the bass, and here we go. She
It's
just
so
won't
good.
stay stuck on like
Yeah.
she just can't. It's a creative thing. Now I know what to.
It
Now I know what to
is.
say.
Yep.
I'm creative. Don't stifle my creativity.
Yep.
Yeah.
There you
Trying to be
go.
like Tay when I grow up.
Right.
My mom, the first time I was gonna do a set, I was like, Mom, I have something to tell you. And she like paused where she was in her tracks, and she was like, oh my God, what are you about to say? And I was like, I'm doing a comedy set. And she was like, I just never know what to expect with you. It's just
It be
always
that way.
something. And you know, hey, some days I want to bake cupcakes.
Right.
I'm really good at it, and they look really nice and pretty. That's just, I have
Well,
several
why haven't
different
I had
things.
one?
I haven't baked anything recently.
Okay.
Of all the things she's ever cooked since 2005,
Way back.
I ain't never had a cupcake.
That's not the point.
No, let's get everybody out.
Dang, Daniel.
That's not the point. though.
I ain't never had a cupcake.
That's not the point.
I'll be waiting on one.
There was even that 2-year stint
You know what
of
I'm saying?
Shelby, but you know, that's neither here nor there. So moving right along.
I ain't never had
Never had a cupcake.
That's fine. That's fine.
Never. So you talked about it a little bit before at the Comedy Zone, the 3-minute sets and 5-minute sets. Like, are those the shortest and longest lengths that you've had?
Yes. Most recently it was 5 minutes, which I felt so privileged.
You're growing.
You don't
Come
come
on.
on like off gate. Like you
Right.
have to work your way up to 5. And a lot of times you don't get that unless you've been in class and all these things, and I haven't done that.
So, class?
Yeah, there's a class. There's a class.
So
for
you,
comedy.
I gotta go to school to become a comic?
No, not necessarily, because I can't say what I want to say. But you don't have to have all the credentials to be in high positions. Let's
That's
just
true.
put it out there.
That is true.
No shade.
Lots of tea.
You're an excellent singer, but you've never, you know, gone to school for
Right.
that kind of
Yeah.
training.
Some people just have things naturally.
I've never taken a photography class, and I'm an awesome photographer.
Exactly.
Amber's never taken a naturalista class, and she can hook you up.
See?
Put these in myself, y'all.
Right. Some people have gifts.
And
I'm just so proud.
It's pretty.
This is my little moment.
Yeah. Shine, boo, shine.
First time.
Boom. Straight up.
So I've been going to therapy, right? Because I'm a little wonky. And so what I'm finding is instead of, you know, trying to really formalize and make this thing, I need to express some of the stuff that goes on in my head. So
Yeah.
and when you're an anxious person, your thoughts have a tendency to kind of flow really quickly. And that works when you're a creative person as well, because you're able to get this stuff out of you. And luckily for me, I'm able to use what could be painful or hurtful or cause depression. I'm able to make light of it, and it takes it out of me.
Gotcha.
And people find joy in it. So
That's good.
So well
It's good.
I'm a lot
healthy
smarter
outlet
than
for you.
people think.
I've never doubted you're smart.
So let me ask this question. Did you go to college?
I did.
Did you graduate? Did you graduate?
I did.
What are your degrees in?
Psychology and sociology.
Good job.
All them 20-page papers paying off.
It's not paying off that debt.
Boy. So,
They're not watching it.
do you have a stage name? And if so, how did you come up with it?
That's funny. So
What?
no, and it's funny because so on stage as a comedian, I'm just LaTavia Reddick, right? But then like if you look at pictures that I've taken with my camera, it says LA Red, or like
Right.
anything that I do musically, it says LA Red, because that's
Because I made that logo.
yeah. Thanks to both of you, like, because you text me one day, you're like, hey, you should be LA Red, and then you made a logo, and so here we are.
I named her.
So,
Named her.
you see how this works? This is how this works.
Creatives help creatives. That's how we roll.
Certainly.
So, yeah, my name is LaTavia Reddick, and surprisingly, people can say it. So I'm gonna ride that out for a while.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Because I mean, now we're in the culture of boomquishas and shaniquas and a whole bunch of other names
Right.
that are pronounced completely opposite of what the way they're spelled.
Yes.
So we have the easy names these
Yeah.
days. Our
Which is
names
so
are basic,
shocking. So shocking.
right? Amber's name's always been basic.
Amber. But I love it. It's a pretty
Yeah,
name.
it is.
First name Amber, last name Smith. I mean,
Yep,
don't
basic.
There you
It
go.
don't get no generic than that.
I
I
imagine
appreciate y'all calling her basic.
she called herself generic.
She
No,
did.
ma'am. No, ma'am. Not gonna be able to do it.
That's fine.
She would try to throw in her middle initial. Didn't work. Didn't work.
MC Smith, it's another MC Smith.
Right here in Shelby.
In Shelby.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
Yup.
Wow.
Yup.
What are the odds of that happening?
Apparently 1-to-1.
Right.
Right.
You would know that.
Math teacher.
Right. It's like, I don't even know. Like, I don't know. It's cool.
So my question is, what do you do to get in your zone? Like before you get on stage, to tell your skit, your jokes, whatever, what do you do to like get in the zone? Because you know how like Beyonce has Sasha Fierce, that's her, what is it
Oh
called?
boy, alter ego.
Yeah, that's her alter ego. So do you have like a alter ego, like, or do you listen to a song that gets you into the zone? Or?
I take about 6 shots of Tennessee honey whiskey.
I think she lied.
No, I'm kidding. I don't have 6 shots. I may have a beer or a glass of Moscato.
And 2 shots.
You know, I haven't had any shots in a while, actually. I'm kind of scared. The older I get, my body's like, nah, this is not that kind of party.
Yeah, no.
Got you. But that's about it. I really just pay attention to how the audience is responding to everybody else. And I've always been an observant person, and that's how I feel my way around certain situations. So I just sit in the very back. I don't talk too much. That's just because I'm quiet. And I pay attention to what's going on around me, and then I kind of go.
And you're right, because we've been to one of your shows, your first show, and you were pretty quiet, but I thought it was just because you didn't know the people, but she's really not with people she knows. But
I know.
in that setting, she was quiet and observant, and you could tell she was like zoned into what was going on.
That's dope.
Thanks.
But again, she's not quiet.
With us.
Oh. See, I know y'all.
Right. See, I'm trying to have your back.
Thank you.
It's always one.
It's always that one. That's
I'll be the one.
Of course you will, happily.
So if you could work with any celebrity comic, who would it be? The correct answer would be our girl Cheryl, Ikibu. Hey, how you doing?
Yeah.
But
we're not putting anything in your mouth or anything.
we're not saying anything.
We're not pushing agendas.
Just saying. If you could work with any one celebrity comic, who would it be?
There are 2 that I really, really like right now.
Okay.
But if I had to pick one, and people may judge me, but I would say Tiffany Haddish.
She's so ghetto. I love
She
her. She's
is.
so ratchet.
She reminds me of that one cousin that you never really know what's getting ready to happen.
Right. But it's gonna be a good time.
It is.
Guaranteed.
And I'll be here for every bit of it. Like, I feel like if we were to hang out and work together, we would get into some foolishness.
I'm sure.
I just want to
I don't have any bail money for you though, so don't get too foolish.
That would be the one concern.
Okay.
Yes.
I just want to be a fly on the wall. I'm too scared to actually go and do the stuff that they probably gonna do.
Yeah.
But I really want to see what's going
FaceTime
on.
me though.
I'm stepping
Group
more
FaceTime.
outside of my safety zone.
Yeah.
Like, I've been afraid to do a lot of things just because I didn't know what the outcome would be. I kind of don't care anymore. I just want to do what makes me happy.
Yeah. You reach that point in life.
Yeah.
And you do.
And you just say FTS and keep it moving.
Exactly. You are absolutely right. That's pretty much what I'm
It's a thing that happens with age.
I know.
I don't know, like depending on the person, because some people have that vibe or that feeling or that theory when they're in high school.
Right.
Some people get it in college. Others of us go into a career, and then after 9-10 years, we just
Right.
like, you know what? I've had enough. I
Right.
tried to do it America's way,
It's
the
time
way
to
mom and them
change.
said we need to do it. But now it's just like, you know what?
FTS and keep moving.
For those of you who don't know what FTS means, send us a message. And we'll
Right.
tell you.
You're right.
I was about to say, it means
We'll tell you
We'll tell you
This is
privately.
a G-rated show. We're gonna tell you privately what
it means forget the crap.
But with bad words.
them big words,
Right.
them big Bible words.
Or
That's
letter
what
words.
they say.
Big Bible.
The big Bible words.
They're
That's
not
what
in
the
the
people
Bible.
say.
They're not in there.
They not.
No, but they call them the big Bible words.
They shouldn't call it that because that's not in there.
Don't they?
I read that book. That's not in that book.
You read all the chapters?
I have most of them.
You so holy.
Lord.
I will not call you holy again, I promise.
We reaching on that one. We reaching. Now I know the Lord. I know the Lord. I'm saved and sanctified.
But I cuss
filled
a
with the
little.
Holy Ghost. I do use words. Some of them are in the Bible. Some of them are
Jesus
not.
knows your heart.
He does. He does. He dwells within. He does. He does.
We was having a sermon. I think it's your turn.
No, I just asked.
You just went? Oh, it's me. Sorry, y'all. It's Sunday. How can people keep up with you on social media?
Man, I don't even keep up with me on social media.
Oh boy.
You can find me. No, really, because some days I want to be funny, and some days I just need to rant about random stuff, like
Right.
people in baby teeth. Or
I
like
remember that one.
people.
What? Wait a minute. People in baby teeth.
Yes.
Yeah, like, you know, yeah, it's
And
like
they're like,
excess
this is the
gums or
rice.
something.
Yeah. Like, you got all this gum and this much teeth. Your gum to teeth ratio is not equal.
So
It's not.
can I tell y'all a secret? That low key drives me crazy. I cannot take it when people smile and all you see is their gums. It's just like,
It's like, bro, like you got fish.
put your gums up.
All I think is Jesus has a sense of humor, boy. I tell you.
There's a meme going around saying, God just be making things up.
He runs out of material and goes,
You know what I'm saying? Like, you have teeth only your mother could love. But it's fine. It's fine. You have a face for radio. It works.
Right.
It works.
I low key thought that about somebody. Here's the thing.
Oh, no. Wait a minute. Your social media, do you have like a fan page or anything?
Not a fan page. You can come look at me personally. I'm not so far removed from everything. I am LaTavia on Instagram. Snapchat is pretty whack, so don't look at that.
Okay.
And Facebook.
Okay.
Yep. LaTavia Reddick. I'm me. So debt collectors, everyone can find me.
Oh, shit.
It's pretty open.
Hey,
You still gonna get your money.
Yeah, you're gonna be
we'll
waiting.
put her handle in the description box because LaTavia Reddick, it's really simple to spell, but some people with fanatics are not as good.
Listen,
So we're gonna put that on there for you.
LATAVIA. Your name like is a rap song.
Right.
R-E-D-D. I see.
You know, when I was younger and I thought I wanted to be a rapper, I did that.
Did you really?
I did. And then my cousin found out I could sing, and he was like, "Yeah, don't ever rap again."
Oh.
I was like, "Okay, cool."
No, but you got some
Pretty
pretty
dope
great
stuff. Like I was listening to some stuff the other day. I need that. I was like, Tay was rapping a little bit right then. I might have to.
I'm creative. I do a
Yeah,
little bit of everything.
yeah.
So what else do you do besides stand-up comedy?
I write. I do a lot of writing. I play instruments, some of them. I'm trained on two, but I play others.
Which art?
Trombone and baritone.
Really?
What you doing Friday?
We got an opportunity.
So again, we are SevenEast. I am Aftan Ci.
AmberCherish.
And JoShayla.
And we've had the great pleasure and honor to talk with LaTavia Reddick, comic and writer, for
With the
today, with all the jokes.
No, I got clowned this whole thing. You made all the jokes. It's totally fine. I just
No,
threw in a couple of chuckles.
we hope
I
we hope that y'all have enjoyed this and have laughed as much as we have, because I'm telling you, I
Right.
found great joy.
Right.
Laughter does good for my heart.
Oh, yeah.
And thank you for being our first subject to interview.
I'm still alive, so it works.
Right. It was painless, right?
Right.
Okay,
It was,
cool.
it was.
So make sure you go follow her at LaTavia Reddick on Facebook, and Instagram is at
I am LaTavia Reddick. Or R. Just look it up. It's fine.
She's LaTavia.
She's probably only
Reddick. You know what I'm
LaTavia.
saying?
And for one thing out there.
Yeah.
You can catch me this coming Sunday at the Comedy
That's what we
Zone.
should have.
The Girl Power Show.
Okay.
It's myself and several other young ladies who will be performing on stage at the Comedy Zone.
What time?
Show starts at 8, doors open at 7. Tickets are $10 in advance, $15 at the door. So you can come check us out, Girl Power at the Comedy Zone.
What is the date?
The 31st, Sunday the 31st of March.
March 31st, Comedy Zone, Charlotte.
Charlotte.
Doors open at 7. Tickets are 10 in advance, 15 at the door.
Yes.
You'll have a great time. They have food and drinks.
I was
So
gonna say, let me say, those nachos
Are the bomb.
Everything. Let me tell
and the
you.
French fries. Oh my god.
Yes.
This is how bad we are.
Style, too.
We go just to get the food. We
Yeah.
ain't really care nothing about the people on stage. I
Yeah.
mean, it was plenty.
But we cared when you were up there.
Yeah.
You don't count.
No,
you don't
you're
count.
not
You don't
in
count.
this.
Yeah.
Like, we totally went up there just for you.
Right. Just for you.
Yeah.
And then there's what Willie's upstairs, so it's a great after party.
Yes.
After you get you a good show, get you fed, go on upstairs for the after party.
Yes. So,
I'm not into daiquiris.
It's okay.
you're lame. It's fine.
Pretty much. Bye.